Once upon a time, two retired teachers decided to convert their garage into a pottery studio. Along with their daughter and son, they built a business around the idea that the world could use a little more art and a lot more artists. We're the Kaya family. Welcome to Walkie Pots. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diana here at Walkie Pot Studio for a Kiln opening. It is Friday, May the 30th, and we have a fairly full kiln, almost one whole shelf of that is student work though, so it's not going to be a huge amount going to the market tomorrow, but a fair amount.
Right.
Do you ready to open?
Good. And it's a lot of small pieces in here.
Yep, a lot of small pieces. Are you ready to open it up?
Okay, fingers crossed. I am hoping for good things. There are some refires also, and my chicken stuff is in here.
I can't wait to see it. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
Here we go. Oh, holy cow. Do you want to talk about the chicken plate first?
Oh, I better talk about him soon.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Look, guys.
That is awesome.
It really, this is one of the things that I've done that actually turned out the way I wanted it to.
Good job.
So, this is saguaro, celadon from Amico, and seaweed from Amico. And then I actually, on the chickens, I've used deep sienna speckle, obsidian with a little bit of snow for feathers over top, and ochre. And then all the little red combs are done with outlining with deep fire brick and then speckled hot tamale.
Right,
I
that's
love
the
him.
stroke coat.
I love him.
So, and this is fired on our white Iceman clay,
Yes.
Kentucky Mudworks Iceman clay at 2 cone 6.
Yes, and the cool thing about this is these are our daughter's chickens.
Diana drew this from an actual photograph
Yes.
of the actual chickens.
And this chicken just hatched babies.
This was 13?
11.
11 or
oh my
13
God,
eggs,
so
about
cute.
11 made
So
it.
cute.
Very nice. I'll put that over here.
Okay, now also on this shelf, we have some tests of the Shinkatig 2025 ornaments to see. I'm not sure, but we'll see. But we numbered them so that we could remember which glaze was which.
We may end up going with the Iceman clay for these because we haven't gotten spectacular results from our Sheltery Brown yet.
Yes, and I'm really thinking the Iceman with like blue underglaze.
We're gonna see.
Clear. Oh, I think that
Anyway, let's
so
go ahead and show what we have.
Alrighty then. So this guy is Sunrise, wiped back.
This is pearl white, and we don't like the pearl white. The pearl white does not seem to be doing a fantastic job on our Sheltery Brown. I'm not pleased with it.
No.
And I don't know whether it's the fault of the glaze or the clay, but that just doesn't look great to me.
Yeah. And this one is Morning Glory. Again, not sure.
This is ginger, not too bad. I'm not displeased with that one. That's ginger isn't too bad on our Sheltery Brown. And again, Dinah glazed it and then wiped it back.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I'd consider that a success. I kind of like the
I
look
like
of
that one.
Yeah,
That
ginger
one's not bad.
appears to be a
Subtle,
good one.
but nice. Alrighty, and this one is Spanish Moss. Don't know, but it's not. I mean, it's visible.
You gave me the hard one to pronounce. This is bougainvillea, and it turned out okay. I think we have tried this before, so we kind of had an idea. That's not too bad.
Yes, but guys, what do you think? Do you think the brown clay is just a no-go for these?
I think it's too dark for a text.
Or which one of these did you like? Maybe the sunrise wasn't bad.
I don't know.
Did you see the
we'll
sunrise?
See. Yes, that's not bad at all.
That's not bad. And the ginger and the bougainvillea, but the others just didn't really seem to do anything
I could
for
see.
it.
We could use that ginger. Okay. All right.
So now we're gonna get these off and go to our next shelf.
All right, lots of pretty little things. Now, I want to talk about the small little circles we have in there. These are going to be bookmarks. Diana will be attaching these to a paper clip, and they're going to be bookmarks. Now, this is sandstone?
Yes, that's sandstone, and I have Norse blue and blue surf.
And we talk about the sea stars because they're just so pretty. People love these.
Yes, and this one is sunrise, and that one is papaya.
I would call them pink, but very nice little sea star ornaments.
Alrighty, shall we do our hearts?
Sure.
Okay, here's the sunrise and the papaya. You want to hold
Yep,
those ones
sunrise
out?
and papaya. And again, these are our trinket dish hearts. They are usually a huge seller at our table.
Yes. Alrighty, and this is Norse blue and Spanish moss.
I know this one. Isn't it honey flux?
Yes, that's
Flux.
honey flux. Woohoo!
Nice.
Good
I
for you.
love how we sometimes get some
Yes.
pretty colors with that. Nice.
Alrighty. And this one is tropical teal and blue surf.
I got to show your chicken trinket dish spoon holder kind of a thing.
Yes,
Very cute.
he is cute.
That is a stroke and coat hot tamale on the outside.
Yes.
I'm not sure what the
Deep sienna speckles for the chicken.
Mhm.
So yeah,
very very cute little
good.
spoon rest dish.
Alrighty then, and then let's get our squares
Sure.
out. So this one is simply saguaro celadon. I love that. It shows the texture so nicely. And then this one is a combo of floating turquoise and sunrise. I kind of like that. It's
Very
different.
pretty. Not sure what that is.
Okay, that is papaya and honey flux.
Papaya and honey flux. Pretty.
Alrighty, and then that one in your hand is cenote and eggplant.
Cenote and eggplant. Very pretty. All right.
Alrighty, and I'm going to do these fish trinket dishes.
Fish
So
dish.
this one, the face is only Norse blue, and then the body is cenote. Cenote, the base for that is Norse blue. The difference is the cenote has speckles. The only reason the Norse blue is showing speckles is because this is on our standard 112.
And then a couple of nice ocean themed spoon rests.
Yes.
Looks like one is like the ocean at night.
Yes, that's the blue surf that you love.
Okay, that's blue surf.
With sandstone on the bottom.
Very pretty.
And it has light flux in between the two.
And then
this
texture-
one is Mako's new one, Tropical Teal.
tropical teal.
Tropical Teal.
Very nice. Very, very pretty. All right.
Alrighty, and then these two fish are, we have Sunrise and Textured Turquoise. And this one is Bougainvillea and Amaryllis.
Very cool. All right, on to the next shelf.
Alrighty.
All right, so we haven't got to our refires yet. These are still new pieces.
Right.
I want to talk about your plate. That's nice.
Yes, I like
so
that.
you threw that, I think, on standard 112. Didn't you do that?
Yes,
I think you did
quite
some time ago.
It's been one of the things sitting on our shelf that I just hadn't got to.
Well, it's very pretty. Tell me the colors in that.
That is Norse blue, blue hydrangea, and light flux.
I love the looks like almost like a galaxy effect. Very nice.
Yes. Alright.
What are you doing next?
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab this.
Mhm.
This little square trinket is, I do it every time with this celadon. For some reason, that name does not want to stick with me. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'll put it on the screen. This I know, though, because this is Mako's eggplant. And then I have blue hydrangea over the body. And then this one is Bougainvillea on a heart trinket.
So this is tropical teal and sandstone on a heart dish. Now, notably, this is also one of the pieces we've had around for a while. There's a nice foot on the bottom of that. Diana made that quite some time ago, and we just did get to glazing it. Very nice little heart dish.
Yay! I'm really happy with these little seahorse guys. This one, the texture doesn't show on a whole lot, but he's still cute. It is textured turquoise, but it did fill a lot of the texture. This is the Mako's Tropical Teal. You can tell I'm loving that one. And then this one is Mako's Norse Blue.
Nice. Another little sea star ornament.
Yes.
And then tell me this blue. What is that? That's more of our little buttons.
Yes, that is actually the tropical teal. It's
Tropical
just not,
teal.
It's not very thick on those ones.
Very nice.
Yes.
Good, good.
Alrighty. And then we have a dog bowl with the texture, the 3D printed roller that I drew the texture for. This is Amico Celadon Saguaro, and on the inside is snow. Mm-hmm. And I did notice we have a little bloop where the snow...
Oh, a little spot where the glaze didn't cover for whatever reason.
It looked like it was covered, but anyway.
We will probably refire that,
yes.
and hopefully everything will turn out just fine.
Definitely. I'll talk about this guy.
Maybe a little thin?
No, it's not that. It's that it's the 112. Mm-hmm. And this is a Celadon, so the brown comes through. Mm-hmm. I really was going for a very sunshiny vibe, but this is Marigold Celadon from Amico, but it's never as stunning as it is on a white clay body when you do it on a speckle tan body. Mm-hmm. And then around that I have Sunrise, and then the little words in it are Let the Sun Shine In. But I don't know. Maybe somebody will like it.
We'll look at it. We'll try to see. Texture teal and sandstone on standard 112. It's another little square trinket dish. Nice.
Yes. And then we just have a small little oval with a cabin and trees, and so that turned out pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
I didn't do a whole lot of painting on that one. Mm-hmm. I did use a black underglaze, and then I put some red on the door and the chimney and some green on the trees, and then clear coated everything.
Yep. All right. Well, it's on to the next shelf.
Yes. Sounds good. Third shelf.
You took it already?
I've already taken a picture.
All right, so lots of cool stuff in this that I want to show. First thing is this little cup/bowl that I did during that one wheel throwing class as a demo, and I hadn't intended to keep it at all. And of course, inside is blue surf. It turned out spectacular. There is no glaze on the outside at all. That's just burnished clay, and then the blue surf on the inside. I might have to keep this one. I am emotionally attached to this guy. Very nice cup.
Awesome. All right, this was one of our refires. This is textured turquoise with ancient jasper. I had a few pinholes in it, and they were very sharp pinholes. So I went back with a little bit of honey flux and added to it, and that seems to have done the trick.
Yeah, and that is definitely going to go on the table. And this was a little cup that we had just sitting on a shelf.
That turned out great.
And we've had it for a long time. This is a hand-pulled handle that I did a long time ago. This is out of this is not even standard 112. It's standard 225 clay, so there's no manganese speckles. But what a cute little cup. I loved that. Turned out really good. Textured turquoise and sandstone with some flux on it. Is that light flux, Dinah?
Yes.
And light flux. Very nice.
Alrighty, and here is a smaller version of the sandpaper mug, glazed exactly the same way I did the other one. It is snow on the inside, snow on the handle, Celadon Fog from Amico, and Ochre Celadon from Amico. And then the birds, I used a mixture of Stroke and Coat black, white, and a brown for the upper parts of the birds. And for the bottom of the birds, it's just the white Stroke and Coat. And in all of the grooves, I had, I had the obsidian in the grooves. That way, it was already a food-safe glaze in the grooves.
Another stack of little buttons that will be for bookmarks. And we will show these probably at our next coffee time, the bookmarks, how they turned out.
Yes. Alrighty, now let's see. This is another refire. This is the sandstone with Norse blue, Louisiana Bayou, and light flux. And before, again, the inside had lots of little pinholes, and they're all gone this time. And truthfully, I I didn't even put any other glaze on this. It just got refired.
Right.
I thought it needed more heat work.
Now this cup is also a refire, but it's not going to the table for a couple of reasons. There's a couple of bubbles on the outside that weren't there, and that crack on the inside is still there. So this won't be going to our table.
No, we couldn't tell before if it was just something, a glaze imperfection in the bottom.
Yep,
but now it's definitely a crack.
Yep, it does not go all the way through, but it won't go to the table. This white you see is just a kiln wash from the kiln shelf.
Yes.
So that's not going to make it to the table.
Alrighty, and I'll go ahead and pull out some of the student work here. So I have two pieces here that are raspberry mist. One has no flux and the other has light flux on it. It was from a Girl Scout troop that came.
And they did, there's a bunch of pieces from them, so let's go ahead and get all of theirs
Sure.
out.
Oh, isn't that cute? Alrighty. And
I'll put 'em up
this
here.
was textured turquoise, and both of these had light flux put on them. The inside of that one actually turned out quite spectacular.
Yeah.
Yep, and this was another textured turquoise. You can see that was a popular color with the girls that day.
Yep.
And then this piece,
Cute little vase.
very cute little vase. That one is deep olive speckle from Amico. So that was really nice.
And now this was a refire, but I think it's going to make it. I think it's going to be okay for the table.
Yes,
I don't remember
looks
what's on it
nice.
except the bottom looks like plum to me, or not
It's
plum,
eggplant.
eggplant to me.
Eggplant, marigold, amaryllis, and light flux.
Nice little cup.
Okay. Ooh, look at this
that guy. I love
This
it.
is a new little one, but he was one I found inside of another pot.
This is another one from long ago.
Yes,
it's
so
a standard
cute.
225 clay, so no speckles.
Yes.
And this was, I was obviously making these around the same time I was making all those other small little mugs, cups. This has got to be 2 years old probably.
I don't know, but
pretty
maybe,
close. It's
I
been
don't
around
know,
for
but
a long
he's so
time.
cute and he feels good in the hand.
That's a nice little cup.
This is powder turquoise on the bottom, and on the top is raspberry mist, and then where the two met, I just did a line of light flux.
And it's tough to call this a mug, but
So
by our
cute.
own nomenclature,
Yeah.
anything with a handle we designate as a mug, even though this is obviously just a
But somebody
cup.
will buy that for espresso.
Espresso.
I think it's a double shot espresso. I've been reading.
Might be a double shot of Jack Daniels
I've
too,
been
maybe.
reading,
Maybe.
so.
Very nice.
And then this last piece was just a quick little refire. It is obsidian with seaweed. We did lose some of the vividness of the seaweed.
I think that's going to be spectacular in the sunlight,
think
though.
it's
I can't
nice.
wait to see it. I see like a metallic sheen that I can't wait to see in the light.
Yeah.
Very nice little
I think
bowl.
that's good.
Nice. All right, that's it for that shelf. On to the next one.
Okay.
All right, lots of cool stuff in this one, you guys.
Last shelf.
Last shelf. We're going to start with shot glasses because we have several of those.
Yes, they are small, and
Holy
they just
God,
kind
look
of
at
fit in.
that guy.
Oh, he looks good. Again, this is the powdered turquoise with raspberry mist, and where the two met in the middle, I have light flux. I love that combo. Really like those colors together.
So these are all of them together.
Ah, look at this guy.
Oh, that's the beach.
So pretty, yes. This is sandstone with blue surf and light flux. Love that. Here we have sunrise.
Can you hold up?
Yes, could you? Because I'm a little short. Sunrise and Norse blue.
Very nice little shot
Okay.
glass.
All right, I'll give you the next one. That is sandstone, and then snow on the inside, and more sandstone and light flux.
Very nice.
Alrighty. Oh, look at that.
That
That's
turned out
so
so
cute.
great. I loved making that. That shape was so fun to
Yes.
make. I remember making that.
And that is the last little bit of papaya that we had. It was just from the little small jar. I had not ordered one
So
of those.
that was a popular color, so
It was,
we need to get more of
and
that.
that's the Spanish moss again. Reading a little bit white this
Mm-hmm.
time. Evidently on brown clay, the Spanish moss reads more white.
Mm-hmm.
And on a white clay or the speckle clay, it reads a little more green.
Yep. Well,
That's
let's
what
pull your
happened.
planter out because that's colorful. Look
Oh,
at that.
Yay, good.
So this is a planter,
yes.
right? Very nice bottom on
I
that.
just wanted it happy and cheerful. So this is Amico's Celadon, the orangey brown looking one. It's sandalwood, and then the blue is Lagoon.
Very pretty. That's a nice planter.
I like that.
Yep.
It'll be pretty with
Now,
a trailing vine.
Do you want to
plant.
do this cup?
Sure. Let's take a look at that guy.
Oh, that's
Which one is that?
nice.
Oh. Oh,
That's a nice one.
that's my squirrel.
That's Diana's
That's
squirrel.
my squirrel.
So this was on our brown Shelter Week brown clay from Kentucky Mudworks. This green is what is the green? I can't remember.
It is Amico's Deep Olive Speckle.
Deep olive speckle, and then Diana did something interesting. She put clear on the sides of this cup, and then the deep olive speckle on the inside.
On the very bottom. Yes.
Very
I
striking
wanted
mug.
it to. I just wanted it to kind of pull together with the badge.
That's
so. Yay!
awesome. Good
and,
job.
And it's just obsidian in the lines on the badge.
Yep.
So
Very
I like
nice.
using obsidian to show the lines.
And this was kind of an experiment for us because I made the
Yes.
mug on the wheel, and then this is one of our early tests.
I like it.
Diana put the badge on the outside. So as one of our early tests, I got to say
Yes.
this was a huge success. It's
Yes, I was
fantastic.
worried that the badge was just way too thick, but
It
it
is
turned
not.
out
I
great.
think it's
I love it.
fantastic.
I wanted it to look like somebody was walking through the forest.
Yeah, that's
So.
great. Nice.
Okay.
All right, so do you want to do
Why don't you get your yarn bowl out?
yarn bowl?
I want
Now,
to
this
see
was
how that turned out.
Blue Surf?
Yes.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
that is lovely. And we got a feel. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
No snagging of yarn gonna happen in this guy.
Yep, it's perfectly
Yay.
smooth on the inside. And again, our Shelterway Brown Clay and my current favorite, Blue Surf Glaze. Love that yarn bowl.
Yes.
Wait, hold it. Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
We love that. Awesome.
Alrighty, and this one was just a simple little refire because, like on that one that had a spot that just was no longer covered with glaze, there was a little spot right there that had no glaze. So I put it back in with more glaze, and it's great.
And it wasn't any kind of a crack. It was just a bare spot.
It was just a bare spot. Yeah.
Bare spot of clay.
And so that's sandstone,
pretty.
Mako's tropical teal, and light flux were the two met.
Nice.
I love that combo.
Nice cup.
Okay.
All right, and then this was a refire also, but not a success. It looks like I can see.
Okay.
Not a
I
success.
didn't have much hope for this. I couldn't tell with this one whether or not it just needed more glaze or whether the handle was beginning to crack.
Now, if we decide to, like the crack between the handle and the mug is tiny.
Yeah.
If we decide to attack this again, we'll take a Dremel and even that
Right.
out and then try it again.
Yes.
But
However, I can use that in the house. The handle's not coming off. It's
No.
it's like a hairline crack, but I wouldn't sell it.
we won't sell it unless we
Yes.
can fix it. But if fixing it could be quick and easy, we might. But
Yes.
this has already been fired twice now, so we
Yeah.
don't like firing more than that. Things start to crack
Yes.
if you do
Okay.
more firings.
You want to grab that one? That was a refire.
Another refire.
Yes. Oh,
Looks
that
pretty
turned out
good.
Yes. This is the one. Don't laugh, guys. I thought the inside was too streaky before, and so I didn't want to sell it all streaky. So I went back in and I just added some amaryllis from Mako into it, and it's much better now. There's no streaking visible, and of course this was inspired by Audrey from Audrey Lynn Studios. She had done a pansy looking one, and so I had used what glazes I had to try to make a pansy looking mug.
Well, that's a nice mug though. So that's gonna be great on our table.
Yes.
Nice, comfortable little mug, and I love that little surprise of pink on the inside. That
Yes.
is fantastic.
I like that too.
Now we got to talk about this mug down here because
I gotta see
holy
it. Please,
cow!
please.
This is the chicken
Woo!
mug.
Yay!
Now I'm gonna hold up the plate that goes with this, right? Because this was a set.
Oh, and it's good. It's good. There, all parts of this are covered.
And this is the same, we used the same 3D printed roller.
Yes.
Diana drew it in Procreate on the iPad.
Right. I went over, I took lots of pictures of the chickens in her yard. Then I came back and I made this roller design up so that I could replicate it on multiple pieces.
I think it's fabulous.
I love
So
it.
there's a lot of work in this with the individual painting, and
Yes.
if you look in, like the feathers on the chicken, that's not texture, that's painted.
Yes.
So Diana did a fantastic job
Oh,
with
I'm
that.
so excited. I love these. It's going to be so hard to part with these guys.
Well, they require a lot more work than our
Yes.
regular mugs, so these will be priced appropriately
I
for how
may
much
have
work.
to make us some, or make Carolyn some.
For sure.
You know,
don't
that-
tell. Shh, don't tell her.
Yes, it would be a good Christmas gift for her.
It would be.
Yes.
Yep.
If it's something to
Now,
think
we
about.
have 2 pieces left in here, and
Yes.
before I pull these out, I'm going to preface this by reminding everybody that way back when, a million years ago, I had gotten a sample block, a 25-pound block of black clay. And these 2 pieces are the very last things that I made out of that black clay. I can't remember the name of it, but I do remember that it was food safe and fired at cone 6. These were the last 2 pieces I made of that, and I have
remember
no
that.
more of it in the studio. This is it.
I took a long time to ever glaze these because I was just like, I don't know what to do.
Right, and finally I told Diana, I said, I want something with a big pop of color on the inside, but I want the outside to just be covered in clear. So we have clear on the outside,
Love that.
right? This is the bowl. That's the color of the clay. The clay is a really dark chocolate brown, almost black. That's the clay. And then on the inside is power turquoise. And holy cow, you guys, that looks spectacular to me. That's just fabulous. And now the vase that goes with it. Although I have to say, guys,
I love it.
this isn't really a vase. I think this is a vase, you guys, right? And you'll remember that my own distinction between whether something is a vase or a vase is where you put the decimal when you price it. And this is drop dead gorgeous. There is no
Really
way
beautiful.
that this is just a vase. It is fabulous. I love what I did with the texture. It turned out exactly as I was hoping it would. And that color in the inside, I can't wait to see it in the sunlight, is just spectacular. That's just plain awesome. What a successful kiln opening.
Yes.
This was really, really great.
Really nice.
Now, stay tuned after the video is over because we will be showing pictures of these grouped together outside in the sunlight so you can get a better idea of the colors.
Yes.
But I think that's about it, right?
I think so.
If there's anything on the
Beautiful.
table here that you
Happy.
like, this will be on our table tomorrow at the Shinkonik Island Farmers and Artisans Market. And some of this stuff is like it's some of the best stuff we've ever done. So I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go
love it.
really well.
You can tell the pieces I really loved.
Yeah, well, I am emotionally attached to a couple of those pieces for sure.
Yes.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please do hit that like and especially the subscribe button. And for now, toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later. Have a fantastic day no matter where you're at. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.